hardcore conversations for Tuesday. It is a Freestyle Tuesday, so thank you for joining us. Pilates people do it better. That's our topic for today, so let's discuss. Move Victoria, what's going on? How do you like that topic, people? Victoria, where are you located? Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to jump into the chat, and we're gonna get this going. Nice. Yeah, so Victoria, so as I'm just waiting, I'd love to have you on as a guest at some point. Hearing people's stories and where they're from is so important and so great. So yes, you are, would love to have you as a guest. Anita, thanks for joining us. What's going on, everybody? Gonna have some fun with this topic today. So you broaden the conversation. Clark, Anita, and move with. Hope you're good. Hey, Patricia. So our topic for today, if you saw some of the handles, just some of the promo stuff as we were talking here, sorry about that, just for coming up. There was a great conversation that I had with Kaylin James Missy Lynn Cawthon was our co-host that day, and she was talking about the other benefits of Pilates. She was talking specifically about sex and improved sexual benefits for women, and she was talking about that just in her context, obviously. And it was just a fun conversation, and the way that she presented it just made us laugh because she's like, "My husband cooks in the kitchen, but," and that made me think a few things, a few places to go with this today. One, that phrase, Pilates people do it better. We can broaden the conversation, then we can narrow it back down. So when I say Pilates people do it better, write in the chat some of the lesser spoken of benefits of Pilates. Everyone talks about their posture and their mobility and their core strength. Someone just said improved sexual benefit, activity, whatever it is. There's so many other lesser mentioned things that Pilates people do better. What are some of the benefits of Pilates? Put them in the chat. Join me on the screen. Let's have some fun with this before we dive deep on some of the other areas. I'm writing these down. Focus. Clarity. Body awareness. True. The body awareness is an interesting one here too, Victoria. And I like that because the body awareness piece is one of those things where if you were to pitch that in and of itself, no one would probably show up for a body awareness class. But everyone in the class benefits massively from having body awareness. That's fascinating because no one, who wouldn't benefit from body awareness? But people don't even appreciate the value of that. So what does that even mean? So what if you say body awareness? How would you explain to the layperson what body awareness actually means? Just meaning like I know when I'm moving my hand. What is body awareness? Let's stay there for a moment. I'm writing down healing energy too while we're at it. Connection. Ourselves and others. Connection to the body, right? Right, so yeah, so if I say body awareness, you're saying is body awareness is a connection to the body? Victoria? Patricia, is that what you guys are getting at with that? I love this three-way conversation. Okay, so Victoria is saying, body awareness makes me think about being present with feelings and sensations. Okay, cool. So that's a really good component of it. It's I was thinking, my mind, went straight to proprioception. Where is my body in space? And you're actually saying more along the lines of, what is happening within my body? How does that feel? Do I feel that tingling, warmth, coolness, touch, pressure, whatever it is? Because I have a lot of clients who aren't even aware of those things until they stop and think about it. And sometimes they just don't have a vocabulary around it, and that's where we help them too. So, gotcha. Okay, so let me see here. I just want to read that comment again. And Amanda, how are you? Good stuff. Okay, so Move With Victoria is saying, body awareness makes me think about being present with the feelings and sensations. All right, so that is good. I have a client that I've mentioned him a few times online. He's a great guy, and he moves very well. He has a very good sense of that proprioception, but not a great sense of feeling. And I'll give you an example. He could be doing an exercise, and I can say to him, lift up your left side a little bit more, and he can make that adjustment and the exercise will look better. I'll be like, perfect, that's exactly what we need to do. Do you feel any difference there? And he'll say no. Like every time. Every time. So it'll be like, okay, can we do this? Da da da. Make that adjustment. Okay, that looks better. Your body's balanced now. Do you feel a difference there? No. But you did it right. You followed my verbal cue. You adjusted your body. You made the proper correction, and you still don't feel it. So there's a body awareness there that we are continuing to explore, and he's improving there. So it's funny. And then PVE was saying pain-free, knowing muscles front, back, and side. Yeah, exactly. Good stuff. Good to see you're well, man. Looking at alignment. Alignment is a key part too, right? And just understanding exactly like where, and that maybe that alignment is like that's where I use that fancy word proprioception, just knowing where your body is in space. How do I adjust it, moving back or forward or side to side or rotation, up and down sort of thing to get to that place, that part of it. Amanda, just since she jumped in a little bit late, we're talking about body awareness of what that phrase even means. And the bigger part of the conversation is a fun line that someone said yesterday, or someone said that a few weeks ago, and I brought back up, Pilates people do it better. They're talking about the context of improves, like feeling a sexual improvement, a woman saying that, as a result of Pilates, and Misty dropping that line, Pilates people do it better. And Brooke, you're back. So the question that I propose for you today is, we started with the context of sex, but what are the other lesser mentioned benefits of Pilates? And the list that we have so far are focus, clarity, body awareness, healing energy, connection with ourselves and others. And I think that this is just fun to talk about, because they're not usually the reasons that people approach us to do Pilates, but they're the benefits that people discover once they're in the mix. Do you agree with that? Learning to breathe. Pain relief, absolutely. And people don't associate Pilates with pain relief. Sometimes they think, I'm too hurt, let me get better, then I'll do Pilates. I just had a surgery, let me recover, then I'll start Pilates after. There are people who have been really good at leaning into the corrective exercise kind of branch of Pilates and neurological recovery. But then there's others who are so performance oriented, so that people look at it from the outside and feel like I'm not quote unquote ready for that yet. So yeah, so pain relief can definitely fit in there. Brooke B. Tyler is saying childbirthing skills. Yep. We're starting with talking about child making skills, but that's a whole separate conversation. What do you mean by maintenance? Maintenance almost sounds like a bad word to me. I feel like you should be growing. What does maintenance mean? Not to be antagonistic, but just to hear that. Because you could say, like, if you're not growing, you're dying. You can't be like a still water that just starts to run. People talk like that. So I'm sure there's a positive spin to maintenance. So PVE design, what do you mean when you say maintenance? Like, drop it for us. And while she's putting that comment in the chat, and also this is a freestyle, so if any of you like to join me on screen, Brooke, you're on yesterday. If you want to jump on again, give me a thumbs up. Victoria, I'd love to meet you if you want to give a thumbs up. Patricia, give a thumbs up if you want to jump in. Okay, so Move It Victoria says, some people start doing Pilates because it sounds sexy and celebrities are practicing it. That's true. And you know what? I'll take that. I'm not going to lie. I'll leverage that, because I'm like, LeBron James does Pilates. You need to be doing Pilates. Some young buck's like, all right, I'll do Pilates because LeBron James does Pilates. Done. You're in. Then we can explore what Pilates looks like for you, right? So I'll leverage that all day. So that's a good point. Improving posture. Yep. Yep. Presence. And Brooke, what do you mean by presence? And while Brooke's writing that, I'm going to read PVE Design's comment. If one is consistent with Pilates, they're better able to maintain good shape in mind and body. Okay, good. Yes, I got you on that. Sonia, how are you, my friend? We are talking about, we're jumping off of Kaylin's comments that I had posted earlier about Pilates. People do it better. The context was sex originally, and I broadened the conversation out for a moment to talk about what are some of the lesser known benefits of Pilates, the lesser mentioned benefits. And I have like a pretty solid list here of focus, clarity, body awareness, healing energy, connection with ourselves and others, improving our breath, pain relief, childbirthing skills, maintenance, and improving posture. And yes. PV said a better look better on Tinder. Well, that's true. Look at that posture. I have guys that I've worked with in the past that don't tell their friends they're doing Pilates, and it's not the shame of telling them that as a dude they're doing Pilates. It's the performance advantage that they want to get over their friends in their sport. So they don't want to tell their friends that they're doing something to get a competitive advantage. So they keep their Pilates game to themselves. So competitive advantage. That's a pretty robust list, everybody. There are lots of great benefits of Pilates. Hauseneva? I don't understand that. Yes, self-confidence. You know, this is my self-confidence pitch, Amanda. So my self-confidence pitch is to my guys who wear suits to work, who have to dress up. They'll spend a bag of money on their clothes, but they don't spend a lot of time on their body. So I always say that you gotta look better from the inside out. I'd rather be wearing a cheap suit in a good body than a good suit in a cheap body. In a body that's lazy, in a body that's not trying to be better. So it's not about even the physical look as much as someone's attempt to improve where they're standing. So that sense of investing in yourself from the inside out is one of those things I say to a lot of my guys. The cheapest suit drapes nicely on a guy who's in good shape. So do that work, improve your posture, improve the way you stand, improve the way you breathe. It'll change the way that you present in the world. So yes, confidence, bang. Brooke, I said this to a guy today who was seeking about why. Sorry, it's scrolling fast. Let me roll this back up. I said this to a guy today who was asking about why. He's never done any. I said, you learn how to come home to yourself again and again. Yes. Yes, come home to yourself again and again. And wow, that's talk about like a phrase. If I just like kind of go on a tangent for a moment. Come home to yourself has been a phrase that I've been practicing but didn't actually use. And just the busyness of my world right now, I've been coming home to the mat many times. Coming home to my reformer work. You might have seen more posts of me just working out and stuff like that. Almost as calling myself to accountability, to get a post out, to get a workout in, to do something to find myself, because there is such life, as PVE Design put, like you return to life with this. And there's so many benefits to echo Sonia's comment. Isaac, what's up? What's going on? I'm friends with your dad. Good to see you. So Sonia's comment is, we need to do a better job of defining Pilates so the benefits make sense. And there's so many different contexts where that is so true, right? Like we get caught up in what media tells us about Pilates. It's for celebrities. It's for the elite. It's for those who want a six-pack abs. It's for those yummy mummies who want to do something in the middle of the day till they pick their kids up. Whatever it is, whatever stereotype you want to put in there, there's so much more to it. And I think that when all of us stay in our lane and do Pilates from our place of truth, then people see the different brands of Pilates that are out there. Does that make sense? Sonia's comment, Pilates is underrated because we can't effectively describe the benefits. Now, what I just said a minute ago ties into that, but I think that also we lose touch with the fact that Pilates is so fluid. Pilates is so fluid in the sense that if I'm talking to anybody, I could sub in Pilates and say that that's a solution. I can't do that with every exercise modality. I'll give you an example. If I'm talking with someone in a grocery store and say my back hurts, I can be like, well, you need Pilates. Someone says to me, I'm training for an Ironman. I could be like, well, you need Pilates. That's going to help you. You know, if you're on the bike, you need to open up your posture. That's going to help with your breathing. Blah 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 blah. Someone could say, I just had a baby. Perfect. I can connect you with some Pilates. Whatever it is, I can do that. If I'm an Olympic lifter and I do squats, deadlifts, and bench press, and that's what I train people to do. I love that stuff. I can't present that and spin it off for everybody in the room. Because on one side, Pilates can be spun off to fit everyone in the room, it makes it difficult to effectively describe its benefits, as Sonia is saying. Because the benefit fits the person that's in front of you. Train to the person in front of you, case in point. So then I think that it becomes more a question of, what do you want to present? Who do you want to be when you grow up? As opposed to, what do you want this work to be? So when you're talking about its benefits. So I have a degree in counseling. I could branch off wherever I want within this counseling phase, right? So I could say I'm going to be an addiction specialist. I could say I'm going to be a caseworker. I could say that I'm going to be a sex education specialist. I could say that I'm going to be whatever, marriage and family therapist. So those are the sort of things where I can just branch off where I want, or I can narrow down and focus on one thing and hand people off to other areas. Or we can find one unified message right here and say, this is forever what Pilates is, and then you're going to lose somebody. So I'm going to read Sonia's comment here. And she says, true, however, you can describe what Pilates is. It's something that I've struggled with. Can you describe what Pilates is? You can. I think you can. Because I think the Pilates is an exercise modality that people have the problem with making it its own silo. It's fitness. It's movement. It's exercise. And if you have one end of the spectrum where yoga is like mind, body, and all these different things, yoga is like the oldest exercise form. And then you go for everything from the Olympics to everything in between it. But they're all movement stuff. So it's a form of exercise that can meet you where you're at. For those of you who just joined us in the chat, the original comment, I want to bring everyone back up to speed and we can continue this conversation. The original comment was a comment that someone made about how Pilates improves their provides them a improvement in their sexual experience, right? So based on that, the comment was, well, Pilates people do it better. And we've been having fun talking about the fact that there are so many benefits that aren't what you present Pilates to be. Those lesser mentioned benefits of Pilates. Here's my list so far that you, the viewer, have provided me with. Pilates people do it better. Some of the lesser mentioned benefits of Pilates: focus, clarity, body awareness, healing energy, connecting with ourselves and others, helping you to breathe, pain relief, childbirthing skills, helping you to maintain your fitness level, helping to improve your posture, giving you a competitive advantage, and self-confidence. Let me read Sonia's comments. The best description is Joseph Ply's description, at least to me. Coordination of body, mind, and spirit. That piece. That's definitely it in terms of saying like it's exercise, but now we are recruiting your body, your mind, your spirit, your breath, your concentration, and layering those things into the movement practice in a different way. And that's going to help you in the bedroom, in the boardroom, in the locker room, wherever you go. I'm wondering if this is going to play, but let me just, hopefully this works. Check this out. So this is the sound bite that we're running off of. Okay, so you can't hear it. Let me just, so basically what she was saying is that she talks about the cognitive benefits and the improvements of Pilates, but then she also talks about the improved sexual experience. And she was saying that for many of her clients, she will mention that there's also the potential for an improved, okay, thank you, Victoria, thanks for jumping on. You guys are off to teach, thank you so much, enjoy. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So Caleb's saying that there's an improved sexual experience that her clients will encounter doing this. And then she went on to say jokingly, like, my husband cooks in the kitchen, but I cook somewhere else, right? So it was fun. It was a fun conversation. I love how light it was. I love how we got out of the stuffiness of this work and got into talking about how fun this experience of Pilates can make the rest of our lives. And then from there, Misty went on to say, well, Pilates people do it better. There's a research study on that. What do you guys think about that? Exactly. Do it better. I'm talking about sex. I brought in the conversation to say do what better, and that's where we're going next. But we'll hang on here for a moment. I'm waiting for people to type as we speak, because you don't think your experience in the bedroom is going to be better if your focus is better, or your clarity is better, your body awareness is better, you're able to breathe better, better posture, your confidence is better. You don't think all those things are going to help? Just a thought. This is so off topic, but when I was learning, I went snowboarding one time. Never been on a snowboard before, skied before, but never tried snowboarding. And going down the hill, and we had this instructor because my son was doing it at the same time. And I was struggling. I couldn't figure it out. And it was a while before I got it. I kind of got it, then didn't, and kind of got it, then I didn't. And then the lady, she doesn't know what I do for a living, but then she says, if you use your core, it'll be a little bit better. And I was like, oh, and then I didn't fall again after that. I was able to engage my core, found that balance, and I was able to do it. So there's a sense that Pilates helped me to snowboard better. Pilates people do it better is the topic. Elevate what's going on. What can the it be? You replace the it with whatever. Pilates helps you do it better. For all those reasons that we mentioned before. Helping your focus, your clarity, your body awareness, your healing energy, your connection to yourself and others, your breathing, your pain relief, your maintenance, improving your posture, giving you a competitive advantage, and so on. So, I thought that was a fun piece. Good soundbite, good talking pieces that come off of that. For those of you in the room, I don't know who's here still. Patricia and Adrienne, yes. Have you had that experience where your clients have said that to you? That's improved. I've noticed a better sexual experience with my partner as a result of getting better in touch with my body. We could have a high level kind of technical conversation. I've had experts in the room talk about that at an anatomical level and all those different things. But just the layman just recognizing, wait a minute, there's a connection between this Pilates thing and my thing. So that's the good stuff. I really like those comments. I like this list. I'm going to put this list back up for you as we talk through this because these are all talking points, right? Yes. Custa Corsi, yes, I've had a few awkward conversations about that. It's so funny, right? Like, I wonder, like, it is sometimes a bit awkward because you're like, is that an overshare or is that something that we need to explore so we can continue this journey? How was it an awkward conversation? How did the conversation go? Yes, that's what I figured. Awkward because it caught me off guard, for sure. That's a good list, everybody. All right. Adrian, I don't know if you're still typing or not. I'll hang out here for a second, and we'll keep this conversation going in the chat and on the live throughout the day. Changing gears tomorrow, we're going to be talking a little bit of nutrition, health, and diet tomorrow. It's like, cool, don't need the visual. Yeah, that's funny. You can't unsee that, right? When they give you those word pictures. It's like, yeah, nice. Good times, everybody. I think I'm gonna see if we make a t-shirt. Look out for that. Joy of Pilates. Joy of Pilates, you missed a conversation about sex and Pilates and how Pilates people do it better. Watch a replay. See what we're talking about. We brought in the conversation, we brought it back in, but yes, good times were had by all. I'll stick around for a few more minutes, no real rush, but that was really my only talking point, unless anyone else wants to bring something else to the conversation in terms of the lesser mentioned benefits of Pilates, i.e. focus, clarity, healing energy, breathwork, pain relief. Amit, how are you, sir? You know what's funny? It looks like we get the 10:30 crowd, or not the 10:30, whatever you are. Oh, I mean, what would you be, 4:30 crowd? Those who finished their session on the half hour are just rolling in now. People left at like 10:25 my time. So Amit, we're talking about the lesser mentioned benefits of Pilates. Piggybacking off a conversation where a lady was talking about the improved sexual experience that her clients, 3:30, that her clients or herself experienced with Pilates. And then it was said Pilates people do it better. We're just having fun with that, unpacking that. What is that thing that you do better with Pilates? Have you had that conversation with that awkward conversation with some client who said that things are better in bed for me now thanks to working with you, Amit? You know, like that's, those kind of conversations happen from time to time. What are some of those benefits for Pilates that you don't usually sell Pilates with, but people realize really quickly that they have better body awareness? Nah, nothing at all. That sort of thing, right? So that is, it's interesting, right? Like we were having the conversation earlier about fitness and how Pilates is kind of difficult to explain what it is, what the benefit is. And because it's so broad or so undefined, it's tough to explain all these benefits to people. So we were talking a little bit, I wouldn't say in circles, but we're talking around that for a moment and landed some stuff. So definitely check out the replay. If there's anything you want to add to the conversation in terms of what are some of those benefits, here's the list one last time. As people were coming into the chat, we were saying that some of the benefits of Pilates that people don't necessarily open with, but you definitely see are focus, clarity, body awareness, healing energy, connection with ourselves and others, breath, improving your breath, pain relief, childbirthing skills, maintenance of your fitness level, improving your posture, a competitive advantage, and self-confidence. And Amit's comment here is, I think the main thing would be self-reliance and learning to feel I'm in charge of or responsible for my own body. So yes, that sense of ownership of your body. In charge. Feeling in charge of your body. Yes. I agree with that. You're not enslaved to your body. You are in charge of your body. I like that. Yes, not coming to be fixed, but coming for self-care maintenance. Yes, laughing, coughing, and sneezing without worry. that's facts right there. That is so true for a lot of women. That's definitely one of those benefits that you think, okay, I need to go to a specifically trained pelvic floor specialist. But no, you can work through that stuff through the work. Obviously, there's points at which you refer out, but benefits are definitely there to be had. I like that. Good refresher for us, and I think that that's one of the things for us, for all of us to be able to be like, this Pilates thing's pretty good. Like, go back into your world and into the people you talk with a new or a renewed confidence in the work and that you're providing and the benefits that it could potentially have for people. I like that. Yes, and comment. Funny enough, that's true for lower back pain too, as well. Like, you can have someone come in and just go through the work and notice the back pain relieved, as opposed to going to a back pain specialist to do it. Like, it's so integrated. Mood enhancer. Yes. Love it. That's a proper list, party people. I really like that, Adriana. That's a great comment. Yes. I like that. All right. We can shut this down. I think we solved the problems of the world for today, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're back at it with amazing guests tomorrow. We're going to talk about sugar. It's going to be intense. Sean is sugar mode off. And she's talking about the impact of our diet and our culture and a different stuff. So, yeah, okay, so the reason why it's loud is because I haven't had a guest. So Instagram's weird with this. If I have a guest come on, then it changes the way that it picks up the sound. So because it's just me, it's picking up the sound in the whole room. So even though it's grabbing the mic and the sound from my earbud, it's still picking up the sound in the room as opposed to the sound from the device. So this one's going to be loud because I didn't have any guests on today. So that's probably why. It's usually, funny enough, it's this loud every single day. So, yeah. Interesting. It's funny that you noticed that. All right, coffee's done. The conversation's done. We're back at it tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 3 o'clock ME time. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a great day.